Cannabis legislation in Florida refers to the set of laws and regulations that govern the use, possession, sale, and cultivation of cannabis within the state. The legal landscape of cannabis in Florida is a nuanced topic that plays a pivotal role in the broader discussion of cannabis legality in the state. Understanding this legislation helps in ushering what is permissible and what is not, providing clarity for residents, businesses, and lawmakers. The significance of cannabis legislation in Florida is immense, as it directly affects the lives of individuals who seek to use cannabis for medical or recreational purposes. Florida's journey with cannabis began with the legalization of medical marijuana in 2016 through a voter-approved constitutional amendment which allowed patients with qualifying conditions to use medical cannabis. This step marked a significant change in public policy, reflecting a growing acceptance of cannabis for its therapeutic benefits. For instance, the use of medical cannabis in Florida for patients suffering from chronic pain or severe nausea provides a real-world application of these laws, showcasing the tangible impact of legislation on daily life. Another example is the thriving medical marijuana industry that has emerged in the state, creating jobs and contributing to the economy. Supporters of cannabis legislation in Florida often argue that such measures provide critical access to alternative treatments and help combat the opioid crisis by offering a less addictive means of pain management. Moreover, the regulation of cannabis, while imposing strict guidelines, ensures consumer safety and product quality. However, this topic is not without its challenges and controversies. Opponents raise concerns about the potential for increased recreational use leading to substance abuse, the difficulty in regulating and monitoring legal cannabis use, and the moral implications of legalizing a substance that remains classified as illegal under federal law. These opposing viewpoints create a dynamic debate within the state, influencing ongoing legislative efforts. Cannabis legislation in Florida also impacts other aspects of the main topic. It paves the way for discussions about broader legalization efforts, societal attitudes towards cannabis, and the potential for legalization to generate tax revenue and reduce law enforcement burdens. As Florida continues to navigate its cannabis laws, the state's experience may offer valuable insights for other regions grappling with similar legislative decisions. Understanding cannabis legislation in Florida not only informs the current legal status, but also shapes the future trajectory of cannabis policy in the state. Cannabis, commonly known as marijuana or weed, has been a topic of significant legal debate and reform across the United States, with each state adopting its own legislation regarding its use. In Florida, the current legal status of cannabis is a complex and evolving matter. As of now, Florida allows the use of cannabis for medical purposes but maintains strict prohibitions on recreational use. Medical cannabis was legalized in 2016 through the passage of Amendment 2, which permits patients with specified debilitating medical conditions, such as cancer, epilepsy, glaucoma, HIV/AIDS, and other chronic ailments, to access medical cannabis with a physician's recommendation. The significance of understanding the legal status of cannabis in Florida lies in its profound impact on various sectors, including healthcare, law enforcement, and the economy. Recognizing the state's position helps ensure compliance with local laws and influences advocacy efforts for potential legislative changes towards broader legalization. One real-world example illustrating the importance of Florida's current cannabis laws is the proliferation of medical marijuana dispensaries across the state, which cater to the needs of registered patients, offering a wide range of cannabis products tailored to different medical conditions. Another example is the legal and economic implications for law enforcement and the judicial system, which must allocate resources to regulate medical use while addressing illegal recreational activities. Several opinions support Florida's cautious approach to cannabis legalization. Proponents argue that the focus on medical cannabis ensures patient safety, provides therapeutic benefits, and creates a controlled environment to study its effects. However, challenges and controversies accompany this legal framework, including debates over the potential economic benefits of full legalization, the complexity of navigating medical cannabis regulations, and concerns over disparities in access and law enforcement practices. Alternative viewpoints highlight these issues, advocating for the legalization of recreational cannabis as a means to stimulate economic growth through taxation and job creation. While critics express concerns about potential social consequences, such as increased use among minors and impaired driving incidents, the current legal status of cannabis in Florida influences other related aspects, such as public health policies, agricultural development opportunities, and criminal justice reforms. It remains a pivotal point in ongoing conversations about cannabis legislation, reflecting broader societal attitudes towards cannabis use and regulation. Understanding Florida's position provides valuable insights into the multifaceted discourse surrounding cannabis and its legal landscape. The medical marijuana program in Florida represents a significant legal framework allowing qualified patients to access marijuana for medical purposes. Established following the approval of Amendment 2 by voters in November 2016, this program is a regulated system designed to ensure that patients with specific medical conditions can obtain cannabis as part of their treatment. It involves a structured process where patients must receive a recommendation from a certified physician and qualify under state-specified conditions such as cancer, epilepsy, glaucoma, HIV/AIDS, PTSD, ALS, Crohn's disease, Parkinson's disease, and multiple sclerosis. The importance of the medical marijuana program in Florida lies in its role as a pioneer in the legalization discourse within the state, reflecting a shift towards recognizing marijuana's therapeutic potential. It provides a controlled avenue for patients to access alternative treatment options, often where traditional medications have failed. This program is critical, not just for patients seeking relief, but also as a model influencing broader discussions on marijuana's legal status across the United States. Real-world applications of Florida's program include the establishment of dispensaries, known as medical marijuana treatment centers, MMTCs, which legally distribute cannabis to registered patients. Another example is the development of education program for physicians, ensuring they are equipped to recommend cannabis responsibly. These initiatives underscore the program's practical impact by facilitating access and enhancing understanding of medical marijuana. Support for Florida's medical marijuana program often comes from medical professionals and patients who advocate for cannabis as a safer alternative to opioids. They argue that its implementation can lead to reduced opioid dependency, offering a less harmful treatment pathway. However, the program is not without its challenges. Some controversies revolve around the limited range of conditions that qualify for treatment, the high costs associated with obtaining medical marijuana, and bureaucratic hurdles in patient registration and physician certification. Additionally, federal legality issues create a complex landscape as marijuana remains illegal at the federal level, leading to potential legal and financial complications for both patients and businesses. This program's existence and evolution directly influence other aspects of marijuana. Understanding the legal ramifications of recreational use is significant because it highlights the difference between legal medical use and illegal recreational consumption, thereby influencing public behavior and policy discussions. One important aspect of this topic is its legal implications. Individuals caught possessing or using marijuana recreationally in Florida face criminal charges, which can range from misdemeanors to felonies depending on the amount. This not only affects the individuals involved, but also has broader social and economic impacts, such as contributing to overcrowded prison systems and impacting employment opportunities for those with criminal records. For example, A college student caught with cannabis might face disciplinary action from their institution and legal consequences that could derail their academic and professional future. Similarly, law enforcement resources are diverted to address recreational use, impacting their ability to address other pressing issues. Supporters of legalizing recreational marijuana often argue that it could lead to significant state revenue through taxation and reduce the burden on the criminal justice system. They point to states like Colorado and California, where legalization has resulted in a new stream of revenue and decreased marijuana-related arrests. Proponents also suggest that legalization could lead to better regulation and safety standards for cannabis products. However, there are challenges and controversies associated with the potential legalization of recreational marijuana in Florida. Opponents express concerns about increased use among minors, potential health risks, and impaired driving incidents. There are also apprehensions about the societal message that legalization might send, potentially normalizing drug use. The discussion of recreational marijuana use directly influences other aspects of the main topic, such as attitudes towards medical marijuana and broader drug policy in the state. Public opinion and legislative actions regarding recreational use can affect medical marijuana patients and businesses, potentially leading to stricter or more lenient regulations. As Florida residents and policymakers continue to navigate this complex issue, the conversation around recreational use and its legal ramifications remains a pivotal part of the larger debate on cannabis reform in the state.